My name is Karakashian, and this is my MYP personal project. So, first off, I'm going to discuss who I am. I am Karakashian. I'm a sophomore at Richard Montgomery, and I'm a baseball player. So, this entire project is pretty much my journey through my baseball career almost, and how I've developed in the last couple months. So I've been playing baseball for 11 years, and that's a combination of t-ball, coach pitch, travel baseball, recreational baseball, and high school baseball. So this is my second year playing high school baseball. As a freshman, I started off playing JV, and I started the entire season, and then I got called up to varsity towards the end of the season. This is a picture of me batting from last season. And I used to play travel for about 4 years on a team called the Rockville Rockets, which had a combination of kids from Richard Montgomery, Wooten, Magruder, and Rockville. So our goal as a program at Richard Montgomery is to compete for district championship and even state championships. But we figured to do that, we need to have an extreme amount of growth from each and every single player on our team, whether it's hitting or awareness or fielding or even small stuff like getting our speed up. But my goal was to work on my pitching, and I thought the best thing to work on was to be able to successfully throw a baseball 80 miles an hour off a pitching mound. So as I said, the reason for this goal is not only to, be able to qualify for district championships as well as state championships, but it's also just to improve myself as a baseball player. And being able to pitch at this higher velocity causes your opponent to not have the amount of time to react to the baseball as if it were, slower. So having them adjust to these faster speeds, I'm also able to throw in off-speed pitches like curveballs or changeups, which messes up their timing, causing me to throw less pitches and be able to go deeper into games. And if I'm able to go deeper into these games and save other pitchers on our team, then we're gonna have more depth to our team, and that's a very important thing to have when you're trying to go far in the playoffs. So, in order for me to accomplish my goals, I found that there are 3 main steps for me to be able to do it. So, first off, researching workouts to help condition my body. This is an important one not just for pitching, but for other key parts of baseball like hitting and fielding. Having a body that's not only strong but flexible will be able to help me go longer innings at higher velocities, and I found that was vital to my project. Also, learning time management and persistence skills. So if I learn that if I'm not persistent through the months ahead, then I'm going to stop trying to accomplish my goal and get lazy. And if I'm getting lazy towards baseball season, then I'm going to be a step behind of everyone else, which is no help to our team because it's a team sport. So I need to learn to be able to manage my time well and stay persistent. Finally, analyzing and breaking down my technique. So I plan on using different specialists, including trainers, coaches, and even my own teammates. So this is important because having that resource from being able to scrutinize my technique is important because I'll be able to, up my velocity that way. So I found that there are going to be 2 challenges that I'd have to overcome to, reach my goal. So first off, losing motivation. Going back to that persistence and time management skill, if I fail to develop either one of those, I'm going to end up stopping working towards my goal. And if that happens, then I'm not going to be able to accomplish it, obviously. And also improper work or training leading to little or no progress. I've had this problem in the past where I've been working on something, constantly getting the repetitions. I've not been getting the progress, and that's because I'm practicing the wrong thing. So if I'm continuously practicing the wrong thing, and it's not working, then that'll stand in my way because I'll, 1, not be getting any work done with the time that I have, and 2, getting into bad habits, and getting into bad habits causes even more time to be lost trying to break those habits. So the first step was getting the research for the workouts. After this research, I learned that constant weight training and repetition would help strengthen me and condition my body. So for the last 3 months, I've continuously practiced building my muscle and stretching, flexibility, and just all the strength, all the key parts to strength training. So if you look at these exercises down here, these are the ones that I mainly have been working on, especially deadlifts and lunges, but also arm bands, bench press, squats, row, and chest press. So the deadlifts and lunges, I researched, those were the 2 best ones. So I'll show you my chart. So my goal for deadlifts was to be able to do 400 pounds by tryouts and 40 reps at 100 pounds. After my research, everyone said different things, but the main gist was about 400 pounds deadlifting. I'd be able to throw 90. I'd have the strength to throw 90, and having the ability to throw 90 is obviously way more than 80, but I feel like because I'm not getting the best technique, because I obviously have constraints of resources to that, so I wanted to go as high as possible. And same thing for lunges. So I started working about November 3rd, and I worked all the way up to January 16th, and as you can see, I had a pretty constant repetition up until I got towards the end of the 1-2-1-2. And as you can see at the bottom, it says 385-0, and I'll go into why it says that later. Also for the lunges, I knew I was going to be able to break this one pretty easily. I just wanted to have a goal to set for myself that I'd be able to accomplish at like the halfway mark, and I ended up doing that, so that was good. And this, I also have 0, and I'll explain why that's 0 later. So long toss. So I also found that getting repetition with my teammates was an important key to succeeding in my goal. Not only did it get me those constant repetitions and condition my body like weight training did, but I also had my teammates to critique my form almost, and that was important for me. So as you can see, this is me at Woodley Gardens Park throwing with my teammate Lucas Gear. You can tell this is early in the year because of how lazy my form is. My arm is curved and it's super relaxed. I eventually fixed that over the upcoming months. So finally, coaching. This was arguably the most important key to my success. Similarly to throwing a long toss, I was able to condition my body, but this was even better for getting feedback on my technique, as I was able to get a step-by-step breakdown of my form with a person who knows baseball very well. The man on my right was my trainer or coach, Coach Pack, who coached me last year through the JV season. He's now our head coach for JV, and he's works especially with pitchers, so he was able to break down my form and make me throw faster. So a couple things that we talked about with him. So this is what good form should look like. So what I found that I wasn't doing was following through. After I'd released the ball, I'd kind of just give up on the play. But he taught me that I had to force it through all the way down to get those extra miles off. Higher arm slot. As you can see right here, his arm is a lot higher. My arm would go about right here, and I'd almost be throwing sidearm. So instead of releasing from the top, I'd be releasing from the side. And instead of going straight, the ball would tail, which took off a couple miles. And then using my legs, I wouldn't get enough power in my legs to be able to push off. I'd only go about halfway up, so I'm now able to go higher, and also the strength training helped with that, as I was able to get more force into my pitching. So did I accomplish? Oh, first of all, my velocity check. So this was my numbers throughout the weeks. As you can see, I was actually continuously increasing my velocity. I was staying consistent until the week about midway through January. So what exactly happened? As of February 1st, I had not finished my goal, and I probably am not going to be able to. So, as you can see on the right, that I actually broke my back and herniated my disc deadlifting on that week, which is why I put 0. So what I learned after going to the doctor was my back had been broken for a couple years now, and we finally got it x-rayed, and as you can see, so the green is where it's supposed to be, the purple is where it is, and the yellow is the distance between them. So I broke my L5-S1 area right here, and we got it MRI'd, and the disc get herniated too. So that was the pop I heard when I was deadlifting, and it went into my spinal cord and is now affecting my nerves. So I'm not able to play baseball, and I'm probably gonna miss tryouts. If I had been able to continue these workouts and conditioning, I think I would have been able to continue. Unfortunately, I can't do that anymore. So my takeaways from this, I learned that in any fitness related activity, the most important key is to stay healthy. Obviously, staying persistent and time managing and all that stuff is important, but I'm now unable to accomplish my goal because I failed to stay healthy. So I feel like it's important to note that maintaining my body should come first. I also predicted that staying persistent and motivated to continue was an issue. I felt towards the beginning of the January season, I started getting lazy, but I found a way over that, and I found that the best way to overcome that obstacle was to use my teammates and my closest friends and stuff as motivation and reason to continue. So throughout my project, I learned different important research skills, as well as learning techniques to overcome any challenge standing in my way. So these are just the sources I used, different baseball guides and pitching websites, as well as different YouTube videos that help get me through this. And yeah, I'd like to take a quick moment to thank everyone involved in helping me accomplish my goal. My parents for helping finance my project, as well as supporting and motivating me through these last 2 to 3 months, as well as my coaches and teammates for helping me become a better player and pushing me to go to that next level. I couldn't have been able to do it without them. Thank you for your time.